Greetings, Terrarians, Khaios here. Today is Commenter Day. We've been seeing a big influx of new subscribers on the channel recently, and a massive thank you to everybody that's been joining us. So, if you're new to the channel and you don't know what Commenter Day is, this is a series where I take the top comment from the previous month's video and I attempt to build what was requested of me. As you could tell, no doubt, by the intro, thumbnail, and title, today I'm going to be remastering the pyramid. The top comment from last month's Commenter Day comes from Just an Average Human, no really, that's their name, and the request was for me to redo one of the naturally generated structures in Terraria, such as the dungeon, jungle temple, or pyramid. I've already made a custom dungeon on the channel. It's actually part of my most viewed video ever, so you may have already seen it, but if you haven't, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. That leaves the jungle temple and the pyramid. Obviously, I chose the pyramid. But before I get into building it, over on my Discord server I run a monthly build competition, and it is time for me to show the top 3 winners from the most recent build of the month. Builders on the Discord server were tasked with building something pirate related, so let's see what they came up with. Here we are at the 3rd place world by a Discord member by the name of Kyushin. Now, let me just say, this should be 1st place simply because the guide in a cage. Just saying. We have Shipwreck Cove, located somewhere off the coast of Bermuda. It's a quaint little town, but it has a cool cavern. Let's go there now. And I'm not sure if I'm going to go there now because I want to check out this coral reef down here, which I rather like. Now, oh, okay, there we go. I was wondering how these strange plants were just floating up here. I was thinking to get it, but no, Echo Block, which also explains the light coming in. I absolutely love this gigantic anchor here though. This thing looks amazing. Azure Death. I love it. This ship is fantastic. I like the shape of it too. Normally when I build my ships, I forget to give it a kind of hump here at the bottom where it rests in the water when I build them in this kind of perspective. And I should really remember to do that because it is more realistic. And what do we have in here? The captain's quarters. Do it. Pull the lever. You know you want to. I actually do. I'm curious. Let's find out. Okay. Is that all it does? Oh, and they start shooting. That's awesome. I enjoy that. Oh, wait. Did I miss something here? Because, yeah, the guy just died. That's hilarious. How did I miss that? So, oh, okay, it spits a spike ball at it. I didn't even notice that. That's way too funny. See, even more reason this should be 1st place. So over here, it looks like we have the town. And I love these little builds here. This one kind of looks like it's supposed to be isometric, which feels a little bit off considering some of these are just flat 2D. But I do like it nonetheless. I really do enjoy that water tower. Grab a drink from the barrel and let's head to the beach. And, well, the barrel doesn't have any drinks in it. I'm sorry. I do really like this pirate flag, the Jolly Roger. And even more so, this shipwreck looks fantastic. This might be my favorite part of the entire build, to be honest. I really do like it. Most of these wrecks happened a while ago. Wonder how they washed up so far up the beach. I like all the debris and stuff in here, and the fact that the void monolith is toggling on and off while this, what looks to be a gigantic kraken attacks. I'm just going to check out here under the water first, because it always interests me, water builds. I really enjoy water builds. We've got more shipwreck. A ship being torn asunder. Oh, I love that eye. That's ingenious. So it's got player logic sensors placed around, and the Kraken will follow me wherever I go by use of those sensors. That's a really, really good idea. I love that. That's ingenious. Yeah, this thing just looks fantastic. Definitely worthy of 3rd place. I can't wait to see what the next 2 have to offer. And here we are, starting right on top of the deck of the 2nd place winner, Huaban. And let me just say, this ship is fantastic. It's small, it's quaint, it looks really rugged, really worn in, which is a really nice feel for a pirate ship. I absolutely enjoy it. I don't know how much else is to this, but if this were just the entry on its own, it looks fantastic. But I have a feeling there's a lot more, because it looks like there's something underwater. We have some coral reef, and it doesn't look like it continues that way, so I'm going to go over here. And everything just looks fantastic. That's completely a different style than the reef that I make, but I think it works really, really well, especially with this ship design over here. And it looks like we might have a rocky cove as well. I wish I could hear the music, but I can't because I play with no music on so that it doesn't bleed into my recording. This flag also looks fantastic. This is a really rough style compared to mine, but I think it works really well. A very, very tight spiral staircase here, but that's also really interesting. And I kind of want to see what's on top of the cove first. Okay, there's quite a bit to this. I'm going to go inside, actually. I love the little trees, the bamboo plants. Using the large bamboo with bamboo fence is a really good idea. It's something I do as well. I might add a little bit of pools of water so that you could have the natural growing bamboo in there as well. But that's just a teeny tiny observation. Everything here is fantastic. All of these mushroom plants really add to the atmosphere as well. More pirate flags. They're all seemingly different in style, but very similar, and it just looks great. I really love the entire build style of this. It all comes together and fits really, really well. So it looks like a little outpost thing, and more gold, treasure everywhere. Mushrooms. I love all of the colorful mushrooms. I just can't get over that. And over here, are these custom cacti? Even if they're not, they kind of look like it, but they look really good. And is this gnome the lookout? Is that what's going on there? Because that's hilarious. Another shipwreck. I love shipwrecks. Just so good. And this raft is really cute as well. It's really basic, but that's a good thing, I think. The volcano, the underwater volcano, is also really good, especially with these new furniture pieces. I love this addition to 1.4, and it looks like that might be the entirety of the build. It's really, really good. I'm very happy with the style of this build. So let's... Ooh, the geyser. I didn't even realize there was a geyser down there. Okay, so let's take a look at the first place entry. This is the build for the first place winner, Zen. Wow, this thing is huge. And it's actuated so I don't collide with it, which is fantastic. I love that. I love being able to just go through a build without having to figure out where all of the collision boxes are. Wow, this thing is gigantic. It makes me feel like this gnome right here. Really, really tiny in comparison. And so this ghost ship looks to be floating on top of some clouds. That's really cool. So let's head on inside and see what we've got. Alright, so it looks I'm probably going to have to Rod of Discord my way around, which is probably why he offered that to begin with. I kind of feel like a mouse in here. It's so cool. I love how gigantic this is. You don't see giant builds too often, and you especially don't see them by me. But this does look great. And I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those builds that you can't really appreciate until you look at it on the map and just the awe of it hits you all at once. Let me try zooming out and see if we get a little bit of a better look. It's still really hard to see in here with how massive this place is. So these piles of boulders painted black are an interesting way to add maybe coal or cannonballs. It's hard to say which, but it does look really good, and I'm in love with these clouds. Now, just out of curiosity, I want to see what this looks like in my normal lighting settings, because again, I don't really like the trippy. See, to me this just looks a little bit better, but that's just my personal taste. And so let's see this thing. Okay, I need to explore a little bit more, but that looks amazing on the map. yeah, just look at the size of this ship. It's huge. Fantastic. I absolutely love this thing. I'm just curious what it looks like in the daytime. See, I think this looks pretty good in the daytime too. You get a nice feel, especially with that void monolith. I think if you add the void monolith in day, it's even better. And it definitely feels ghostly with that monolith in play. Fantastic build. All three of those and all of the entries in general have been fantastic. Every month it seems like everybody is upping their game, and I really appreciate that. So thank you to everybody that participated, and if you would like to participate in the next build of the month, you'll find a link to my Discord server in the description below. Now let's get to building that pyramid. This is not going to be a small undertaking. I want to basically give this the same amount of effort and the same treatment that I put into designing my custom dungeon. That means I want to plan out every chamber and how the entire pyramid will flow, how you will get from one room to the next. In Terraria, the pyramid is basically a long downwards hallway with a chest of loot in it, and that's not what I want at all. I'm after a deep, sprawling pyramid with multiple chambers in it, so I need to start off by clearing out a massive area to build in. This is most easily accomplished with the Celebration Mark II. Then, using sandstone bricks, I build up the shape of the pyramid. I don't plan to keep to this shape entirely when underground, I just want to lay this as a foundation to mark off my build area. The hole that I dug in the desert was deep enough to reach the underground desert caves, so I will be filling that area partly with blocks beneath the pyramid, but mostly with walls. The reason I use walls in this case is because I'm just after darkness. I don't need blocks to achieve that, and walls can be placed far more quickly with the use of Smart Cursor than blocks can. So now the outer edge of the pyramid is done. This will be the segment that is going to be exposed to the elements because I want this to be exposed in parts, kind of like an iceberg where you could really only see the tip, but deep down below is the majority of the pyramid. That's what I'm going for in this. I flattened out this area and I opened up this right here. This will be the primary entrance to the pyramid. Unlike the ones that naturally spawn in Terraria, I don't want this to have to be dug to. So what I'm thinking about doing is creating a fancy looking entrance here with an area of terrain that slopes up above it, possibly some sandstone and sand piled up on top of that entrance, and maybe a rope bridge or something connecting it so you could walk up and around and above the pyramid if you want to, and then back down. And over here on the left, I'm thinking about making a small oasis because somewhere within the pyramid I want to have a water feature, and it would make sense to have that water feature coming from that oasis. So that's the plan for now. I'm going to start on the landscaping and entrance over here, and then the landscaping over here. For those of you who have made it this far into the video, I truly hope you're enjoying it. Thank you all very much for sticking around, and if you do enjoy the video, it would be amazing if you could show that by pressing the like button and subscribing if you haven't already. I'm working hard on driving the channel to our 200,000 subscriber milestone, and your efforts towards that would be greatly appreciated. I'm not sure if it's possible, but I have an additional goal of trying to hit 300,000 by the beginning of next year. That's going to be a massive hill climb, but you've all been amazing helping us to get where we are in just a year and a half, and you've blown every single one of my expectations out of the water, so you never know. In addition, subscribing helps get you notifications whenever I upload, which is made even better if you press the notification bell afterwards, and subscribing even helps get my videos out to new viewers, as the algorithm notices and rewards spikes in subscribers. Obviously, anybody's free to watch my videos, so I greatly appreciate anybody that goes the extra mile and takes that one additional step to subscribe. You really do help make all of this possible, so thank you. Now the landscaping is done. I made a brown painted bamboo ladder using fence and platforms to get up and around the pyramid, and so over here I've added a bunch of lime painted living leaf wall, and I got all of the trees to grow, all of the plants to grow, and over here I placed some actuated echo blocks over the cattail so that they will only grow to that length. I want them to be varying in height. I don't want them to all be the same height. I think it looks a little weird. And over here, obviously everything just tapers off into the normal desert and standard biomes. So this is all of the exterior work that I'm going to be doing for this. We've got the entrance and we've got all the landscaping to make everything look pretty. Now for the inside, I'm going to be doing things a little bit different than I might normally do, and it might look a little funky to you. So I'm going to make outlines of chambers and all of the various different traps, puzzles, progressions that I want to do and place them throughout the pyramid. But I'm going to leave gaps hollow like this, how it's all wide and open. And the reason for that is because I want to lay down all of the chambers first and then fill in the rest of the pyramid so that I don't have to dig the chambers out. I think it's going to be easier on me this way. Additionally, I'm going to have some things hidden from you guys because I want to make this map available for download so that you guys can play the pyramid yourself. So I'm not going to show everything in this video like traps or puzzles. Okay, so it may have been just a few seconds for you, but for me, it's the next day. And I have spent a lot of work on this pyramid, and I kind of went a little crazy with it. And by a little crazy, I mean a lot of crazy. I decided that I'm going to make this an adventure map, a small one, but an adventure map nonetheless. So I went ahead and I planned out every single chamber in this pyramid and meticulously planned out all of the puzzles and traps and all of the concepts for the progression of this pyramid. None of which I've placed in here yet, just because I don't want to spoil anything for you. I'm going to leave a download link in the description below so you can play this adventure on your own. And obviously, since you can dig through all of these blocks, it can't actually stop your progression like the dungeon does. You're gonna have to play by rules or just deal with it being super easy. So the rules are basically to go with a fresh character, no digging, no placing blocks, stuff like that, the basic stuff. So the entire pyramid has been planned out, laid out, and I spent all day yesterday doing that. So today I need to work on detailing it, making it look pretty. I'm still not going to lay down any of the traps and stuff. I will do that after I finish the recording so that you guys don't see any of the secrets of this adventure map. And I'm just going to start by showing you guys the kind of, I guess, palette that I plan to be working on here. So obviously it's mostly going to be sandstone brick, and that's, I mean, a given considering we're building a pyramid. I also plan to accent the walls with gold brick, and I'm going to try some smooth sandstone as well, just because we have these columns that kind of don't match sandstone brick. Even though they look like they're meant to be sandstone brick, the coloration is off. So I think I might try and accent segments of the wall with this smooth sandstone to tie those color combinations together. And the reason why I went with some brown painted stone accent slab here is because the sandstone slab unfortunately blends with everything else. So if I put sandstone slab right here in the middle of this sandstone brick, you'll see that it just blends together and you can't really tell it apart, and it doesn't look that good in my opinion. I really wish if they didn't blend together, I wish there was an accent slab for sandstone as well, but we don't have that, so I decided to throw the stone slab in there, and it looks better brown than it did unpainted. So I'm just going to get started on the walls for this area. And while I do that, I wanted to remind everybody that I'm planning on testing out streaming this month. I'm not sure how it's going to go, and I'm not sure if it will be a consistent thing on the channel or not. That will largely depend on if I have the skills necessary to stream. I've only participated in one stream with Chippy, and it was a ton of fun, but it was a charity stream, so my entire time was spent reading donations rather than building anything. This will be my first time streaming solo, so I need to see if I have what it takes to read and respond to chat while I work on something as complex and focus-oriented as building in Terraria. I truly hope so, because I have some fun and interesting ideas planned for the future streams if I learn the skill set. The first trial stream will be Tuesday the 21st at 10 AM Pacific Time, which is 5 PM GMT, over here on YouTube. The second stream will be the following Tuesday, the 28th, at the same time, same location. I don't know how long the streams will run, as I've never done anything like this before. If they go well, I'll start working more streams into the schedule, and I'll have a better idea of how long they'll take. So I hope to see you all there, and expect me to talk about this a bit more as we get closer to that first stream. I'm both nervous and excited for it, and I would absolutely love to be able to hang out with you all while I build live. I'm not sure how I feel about this illuminant wall painted segment right here in the middle. I tried to make it look like there's a ray of light coming from that window at the top and shining down, and it looks pretty good. I'm just not 100% sure on that. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of it, although admittedly it looks pretty bizarre at night. Although I could probably add some light sources up here to kind of give a reason for that as well, or add a glowing block behind this grate, or a wall rather, behind this grate to make it look like it's producing the light. Or this could just be intended to be done in the daytime, I don't know. Let me know how you feel about that. The rest of the wall palette though, I'm really happy with. So this is the kind of thing that I'm going to be carrying out through the entire pyramid. And it's pretty much going to be similar in all of the other segments. I just need to fill everything in, and that's what I'm gonna do real quick. Here we are. The pyramid has all of the walls in place, and it's very exciting. It's really starting to come together, and I'm very happy with how everything is currently looking. So all that's left is to work on a small cave section down here, because not only will it be a part of the adventure map, but the underground desert is just below us. I might do something to have an entrance down there in case anybody wants to actually play this map after beating the adventure. In addition, I have to do all of the decorations in all of these different chambers, and I also have to start setting up all of the parkour puzzles and the traps. So that's going to take quite a bit of time, and I think the next time you guys see this pyramid, it will be complete. Now, I'm not going to go through it in this video. I might do another video on it later, though I'd rather see you guys play this small, short adventure map. However, wait, sorry, my eyes just saw something, and I hope this isn't uneven. Hold on. Let me just make sure this is even, because it looks uneven to me. Okay, it's even, never mind. That distraction out of the way. I hope to see you guys playing this adventure map. It would be fantastic. Feel free to share it with me on Discord if you've got a YouTube channel and you like playing adventure maps or something. At any rate, I'm going to go through, add all of the traps, all of the loot, and everything, finish this up, and then we'll take one quick look at it without trying to spoil anything, so you guys could experience it for yourself. Okay, so the pyramid is complete. The entire adventure is done. Everything is ready to go. But before we go take a look at it, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about this. I spent probably about 18 or 19 hours working on this. It's an adventure map. It's a small adventure, but it takes a lot of planning and a lot of trial and error and testing to go into this. So it might affect my schedule for the week. So yeah, a lot of work went into this commenter day video. So if you enjoy it, I would greatly appreciate you showing me that by leaving a subscription or leaving a like or a comment. It would really make my day and just show that it was worth it putting all that time into this adventure, even though what was asked for wasn't exactly an adventure. I got carried away. It's a passion project. So we have the Oasis, which you've already seen. We have the top of the pyramid, which you've been staring at while I ramble on about subscribers. We've got the desert entrance. And we have the pyramid. I'm not going to go into too much detail here because, again, there will be a download link in the description below so you can check it out, play the adventure map for yourself. Feel free to use the pyramid afterwards or use the world if you want to afterwards. It's a large world because I needed a big desert, so you have plenty of exploration to do. But there's this area down here. I'll just show off one little part of it. You walk into this area and we have rolling boulders that pop out from these black holes, and that's just part of the puzzles that this place has to offer. There's quite a bit to do in here. It probably take you about 20-30 minutes to get through this adventure, maybe less if you're quick. It's a little difficult because this will be on master mode so that the traps will actually hurt. Otherwise you could just kind of run through everything and cheese it. That's not what I'm after. So if you're looking for a little short parkour challenge, this should be pretty fun for you. And if you enjoy it, let me know in the comments. So thank you all very much for watching. I'll catch you all later. Happy building!